Hey there everybody, Throlash here to bring you yet another video about chain designs, different things that we can do with the new chain block. So let's dive right into it. Alright, first on our list here is the swing set design, and I use the blackstone here. I believe this is polished blackstone, yes, because I was going for something a little more like, I don't know, dark and creepy maybe, something you'd see in an old abandoned schoolyard or something like that, but it actually, it doesn't look bad for like black metal, like wrought iron, such. So yeah, that's not bad. We've got a little bit of a, when you put your feet down to stop yourself, etc., to go on there. But these are, you've seen them before, just chains on bottom slabs with connected, to the bottom of bottom slabs and connected to the top of a what are these called? Trapdoor. That's what those are. So nice, simple, easy design, but looks really great. Next on our list here is a simple gallows, a way to hang somebody, etc. And I think it actually, I don't have the chain long enough, but yeah, if you open the trapdoor, it actually works. And then you can just, boop, put another chain right on there. Is that the new sound for chains? I don't remember that in the first video. That sounds great. But this one's super simple and super easy. I just built like a little platform using stairs and slabs and put an armor stand with a bunch of, clothes on it on a trapdoor and then hang some chain down off of a fence. That one's super easy. Next on our list is an anchor. And an anchor is just a chain connected to a anvil. Now, the problem with anvils is if you place them, like so, they're going to drop. So I had to, in this example, put a trapdoor right down here. Now, I made a very rudimentary quarter of a ship here, and it doesn't look phenomenal. However, the anvil would probably be one block up, and if it is one block up, the great thing about anvils is they will not fall down through pieces of string, right? So if you put the anvil up here instead and just put a string block right underneath it, then the anvil will stay suspended in the air. And where we can see that in action is right here. Now, I'm kind of doing like a little scene where the anvil is being used to like pound down onto something, either refine it or, I don't know, if you put like quartz in here, so if we do nether quartz, you could say that this nether quartz is being pounded down into like a quartz block, etc. You know what I'm saying? So right here we have a string that is holding the anvil up, quote unquote, connecting it to the chain block itself, right? But no, I think this is pretty neat to like signify something that would, pound down on top of something. And over here we have a nice storage room. We've got a whole bunch of oak stuff, and I need some of these, some logs and planks and stairs. And I need me a shulker box real quick. So good thing I have these hanging storage shulker boxes, and then I can just pop this off of the chain and run away and go off and do my project. And when I get back, plop it right back up on the chain, and then put all of my stuff away, right? And speaking of hanging storage, something that would look really great in, a dungeon or the belly of a ship or like a cellarway in a castle, which is a dungeon. You can hang barrels as well, which actually looks pretty decent. And if you get it to go just right, I'm usually pretty bad with placing these. You can get it hung by the side as well, which doesn't look half bad. Moving swiftly on, this is relying on Mojang actually making chains waterloggable, which is now a new word, by the way. These are submarine traps, right? So those things that you see floating in the ocean, and if a submarine were to touch one of the plungers, it would explode, right, on impact. It's just a lot of the chain ideas that I had required chains to be underwater. So this is me hoping and pushing and praying that Mojang will make chains waterloggable. But yeah, nice little floating traps in underwater. Here's another design where you need to use your imagination. This is actually, let's say this is part of a skyscraper here, the side of a skyscraper. So it goes up, a couple 30 to 100 blocks. And this is like a window washing booth, I guess, cart, basket. I'm not really sure what you'd call it, but one of those things that hang on the side of a skyscraper so that, some dudes can come in here, some people can come in here and wash the windows. Over here we have two front porch swings, right? So let's picture this as the front of a house. On this side, I got this off, essentially this design from the internet, and I can't for the life of me find where I got it from, and I feel absolutely terrible. If anybody could remind me in the comments, that would be great if they've seen this design before. But what you do essentially is you put a rail here on the trapdoor while it's closed on both sides, put a rail on top of this trapdoor, and then break this top rail, and that'll keep these rails on the side diagonal, right? And then you can go ahead and close the trapdoors, not all of them, whoops. And you've got yourself a nice one chain hanging swing, front porch swing that you can actually get in. And this design I made up myself, and it uses, as you can see, fence gates here, closed fence gates to kind of look like they're holding on to the side and sort of the bottom. It's use your imagination. This is Minecraft, folks. But again, what I wanted to go for here was usability. You can actually jump up into these. I tried it with slabs and stairs, and it just didn't look right at all. It was either too high or too low, but I love this with the trapdoor. Now our next design here, I actually took inspiration from the Gallows over there. This is the game Hangman, and it is fully playable. So what you would do is you'd say, you know, what's brown and sticky? And instead of filling in letters, you have to guess what it is. So what would be brown and sticky? I don't know, a dead bush? Let's put that in. Well, unfortunately that was wrong. We got a piece of armor that went on the armor stand. So what else is brown and sticky? Let's see something. Brown dye kind of looks brown and sticky. Also wrong. We got a head on the Hangman, all right? There's only 2 results left, and you can kind of see how that works there. If you put the wrong one in, it puts armor on the, that thing, armor stand. And now if we actually put the correct item into the chest, we should see we get rewarded with a nice fireworks show there, showing that we got the riddle correct. All right, so nice simple game of Hangman, which is totally awesome with our little Gallows here. And the last design on our list is a crane design that I actually used in my first Let's Play series on the side of a harbor. And it originally in the series I used a iron, what are those, iron bars, and this just, that one simple chain here, the one simple change, which is a chain, really pulls this build just, it's so much better. It's just so much better. It's so much more depth to it, etc., etc. Just by adding literal chain, right? Well, there you have it, folks. There's a couple of more chain designs. I just want to set that off again because I love fireworks. A couple of more chain designs for you to use when the Nether update finally drops. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe if you like what you see. I'll come out with more different designs for all the Nether update goodies and stuffs that's coming out. And thank you so much for coming along and watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!